No one knows the way but your damn self. People try to lend a hand but they can't help. You gotta pick and choose, we are wearing different shoes. Be a bigger you, go and get it, never hands out.
What's going on, guys? Episode 3. Today we are going to be talking about calories. There's so much talk out there, do calories matter? My dog Cash is now joining us. Here, hop up here real quick, Cash. Hop up here and say hi. Look, say hi. Say hi. Kisses. There you go. All right, go play. All right, so anyways, calories. Guys, calories matter, all right? At the end of the day, they do. I can take an individual and sit here and feed them the healthiest of foods, and if they're not, if they have a goal of wanting to lose weight or maintain weight or gain weight, and it's not happening, right? Then we need to start looking into food quantity. We need to start looking into how many calories that they're actually consuming on a daily basis. And that's not just on a random day, but kind of throughout the week on a daily basis, and then really being able to take the average calorie intake each day for a 7-day period to kind of determine where you're at. So basically, where I'm getting at on this, guys, is that calories, they matter. They ultimately do. You can sit here and you can do, Whole30, paleo, the basically think about the healthiest diets out there that really put a huge emphasis on food quality, and that's great. It's phenomenal. Food quality is extremely important. We know that. We preach about it all the time. But really, what I want to get at is that you can't go to one extreme, right? You can't just focus on food quality. You can't just focus on food quantity, right? We need both of those things. We need to kind of bridge the gap in between. And so with food quantity, the kind of overarching theme is calories, okay? Calories in, calories out. We have to kind of get an assessment and see where we're at in terms of that. That doesn't mean that you need to sit here and log your food for the rest of your life, okay? But we do need to get an assessment. So, calorie intake, guys, typically it's this. For individuals that are doing bodybuilding type training, basically think to yourself maybe 3 to 5 weeks of going to 24-hour fitness, LA Lifetime, that type of thing, doing the traditional dumbbells, machines, that type of thing. I've said that 50 times. That's the great thing about doing this, man. I'm gonna look back on these videos here in 10 years, and I'm gonna be like, wow, Justin, great job, brother. Anyways, so back to the topic, calorie intake. So when we look into that, guys, if we're thinking bodybuilding, or maybe somebody that just doesn't really work out all that much, maybe they work out once or twice a week, it's kind of sporadic, they're super busy with work, whatever it may be. So typically we look into this. If they want to lose weight, okay, they're going to take their current body weight and they're going to multiply that by anywhere from 10 to 12. So body weight times 10, body weight times 11, body weight times 12, somewhere in that range should elicit fat loss, okay? Now, if they're wanting to maintain weight, body weight times 13 to 15, and if they're wanting to gain weight, body weight times 16 plus, okay? So if we start to think about people which are doing high intensity exercise, which is really popular these days, so CrossFit or Orange Theory or spin or anything like that, okay, we actually are going to take that multiple and we're going to increase it up by 2, okay? So instead of 10 to 12, it's actually going to be 12 to 14 for fat loss, okay? Instead of 13 to 15, it's actually going to be 15 to 17 to maintain your weight, okay? And then from there, instead of 16 plus, it's just going to be 17 plus. It's going to be considered basically, trying to gain muscle, gain weight, that type of thing. So those are just general calculations. It doesn't mean that this is an end-all be-all. Again, you have to assess your current intake first, okay? If you do one of these calculations, you might be 1,000 calories under or 1,000 calories over. You can't just jump right there. There's no way you're going to be able to do that. You're going to be like, Justin's crazy. So guys, assess your food intake first. What I want you to do is literally weigh yourself in on Monday morning, okay? Weigh yourself in on Sunday morning. Log your food on MyFitnessPal, which is a free app. Log your food on there to the best of your ability, okay? Use the little strategy guides and tutorials and all those things that are out there. I know MyFitnessPal is a little annoying, I get it. But start Monday, log your food. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, okay? From there, I want you to take the average calorie intake from each one of those days, okay? And give yourself an honest assessment. Don't try to start eating healthy just because you're doing this. Like, give yourself an honest assessment as to what you've been doing for, the last month at least. So once you establish that, if you're like, okay, on average, I'm taking in, whatever amount of calories, okay, then based on your goal, if you want to lose weight, if you want to lose body fat, okay, you're going to take that multiple for fat loss. If you want to maintain your weight, okay, you're going to take your multiple for maintenance level calories. And if you want to put on muscle, if you want to gain weight, okay, then you're going to take it, you're going to multiply it by that surplus number. So that's calories. Like, I think a lot of people try to overcomplicate it, and they try to make all these fancy diets and all these different things. But guys, at the end of the day, like, the old school saying of, like, calories in, calories out, calories matter. Like, yes, like, this is science, guys. This is like not up for the debate, okay? Like, the amount of calories that an individual burns, okay, and the amount of calories that an individual consumes, those are the two things that's called energy balance, right? So when we start to look at an individual that's constantly eating more food, eating more calories than what they're expending, typically they're probably going to gain weight. All right, like, it makes sense, right? Vice versa, on the other side of things, let's look into somebody that's constantly under eating. Okay, they're probably going to lose weight, unless one thing happens. Sometimes there are one-off situations which are called metabolic adaptations, if you will. It's not necessarily, it's kind of more of a theory, but something that's definitely been proven time and time again. And so what that is that it's somebody that maybe is trying to lose weight, and they do that calculation for fat loss, and they're already eating less than that on a consistent basis and still not losing weight. Well, if that's the case, we might need to look into their hormone profile. We might need to use a strategy like reverse dieting, which is simply slowly working your calorie intake up to maintenance level calories to restore anything that's been impacted from a hormonal standpoint. And, with this, sometimes we see individuals actually lose weight, sometimes they stay the same, and sometimes they gain a little bit of weight. And, it's okay. Again, it's like playing the long game, okay? And understanding that, hey, you're already in a calorie deficit. You're already, supposedly supposed to be losing fat, losing weight. And if you're truly consistently doing that and it's not happening, then you really need to probably think about, hey, you can't just keep working out more and more and more. You can't just keep eating less. Maybe you should try going the other direction, see what happens, and at least get yourself back to maintenance level calories. Let yourself kind of get a diet break for a little bit, let yourself recover, and then from there, you can try again to bring yourself slowly into that deficit and see if it creates fat loss for you. Guys, reverse dieting, that's something we've talked about a million times before. I'll do a full video on that later. We won't go super into depth. But point of this video, calories. Calorie intake does matter, okay? Food quantity, food quality, both of those things are extremely important, okay? So don't try to go on one end or the other and say that one matters and one doesn't. Guys, think to yourself, the quality of the food that we put into our body is extremely important, and eating it in quantities that support our lifestyle the majority of the time is also extremely important, especially if we have specific goals. All right, guys, I hope this helps. Let us know, comment below, let us know what you want us to talk about. Coach Stephanie, our registered dietitian that is on staff, she's actually gonna start coming on and putting on videos as well. So guys, like I said, the YouTube channel, I know we're super late to the party, but expect those videos to start going up and up. Appreciate the support, hope this helps. Guys, y'all have a great weekend. It's Sunday here in Dallas, and yeah, I'm about to hop on a mentor call, and then we're gonna go hit up the lake, a little surfing, a little wakeboarding. Yeah, cool. All right, guys, take care.